Hey everyone, it is Coach Brad with special guest Jim here today, and we're going to show you Get Strong at Home Phase 10A. All right, so this is a lower body focused workout. It's going to have some core, going to have mostly lower body, so it's going to be challenging in a different way. Now, we're going to start off with a little core circuit that I will command you through. The core circuit's going to be comprised of two exercises. We've got an alternating side plank and then a top of push-up ankle stretch or calf stretch. So Jim, let's go ahead and show them the side plank. A lot of ways you can do side plank. Let's go start on the elbows first. Now, if Jim's going to try a side plank, so let's go knees and elbows. So down to knees. Now show us the side plank on the one side. So now you can see how his elbow and shoulder are lined up here. He's going to get his head straight here. Now we're going to alternate through this. So he's going to roll over to go to a front plank, and he's going to hold that for a second. Then he's going to go to the other side and hold that side plank. Now, obviously, he could do this up high. Let's show him the top of the push-up position side plank. This is a much more advanced move. He's here. He's going to flip to the side. Still got this alignment here. He's holding for a second, arm up or down. Either way, that's a little more challenging. Then he's going to flip over to front plank, hold for a second. Then he's going to flip over. Great. That's going to be your alternating side planks. Now, then we're going to go into an ankle stretch. So he's going to be in a push-up position with his rear up in the air, and he's just pumping his calves, his heels towards the floor, going to be getting that stretch. I'm going to time you through 30-second intervals. We're going to go through that little circuit 3 times. So with that being said, let's start with a warm-up. We're going to go down into half kneeling for a hip flexor stretch. We're going to tuck our rumps under, squeeze, feel this stretch here. And we'll hold it for about 20 seconds, all right? Remember, very important that we stretch out those hip flexors. They get tight from sitting, desk, chair, dachshund. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Yes. Trudy, feel free to come on over and join. You want to come here? You want to do some stretching? Nope. Guess not. Good. Keeping that glute squeeze, rolling under, feeling that stretch here. Great. A few more seconds. Good. Then we're going to go on to our backs, and we're going to do the figure 4 stretch. So just crossing one leg over. Yes, you can see he's going to pull that one leg up. Head is resting on the ground. It's going to get an outer hip stretch. Breathe through these stretches. Remember, whenever we're stretching, we want to make sure that we are relaxing, not tightening up the muscles of our face or anywhere else, or the neck holding it up. If we do that, our body will rebel against the stretch. Yes, most people really do feel this one, right in kind of the outer hip area. Let's switch legs now. Very good. Now, if you're at home and you want some assist doing this, you can put this foot up against a wall or a door frame. You get more of a passive hold there. Good thing to do if you're trying to kill some time, want to just get some extra stretching in. Then you can just relax the whole body with the wall assisting that. Good. Now, let's stay on our backs and do hamstring kicks. So he's going to lay one leg straight, grab behind the other, toes are flexed, and he's going to kick up. Good. Let's get 8 of those. About a 2-count hold there. That's 3. That's 4, making sure the other leg stays flat on the ground, toe up. That's 6, I think. 7 and 8. Going to do the other side. So a lot of lower body stuff going on, but we're going to get you heated up. Also, in addition, we're training in some different repetition ranges, which is going to be challenging using bands at home. But we'll show you some modifications and how you can get the most out of it. Is that 6 or 7? 6. Oh, I can count. And 8. Come on up. Now, we're going to continue warming up that lower body. Let's take our legs wide, toes straight ahead. We're going to go into those lateral squats, alternating where we're pushing those hips back, not letting the shoulders twist. We're up. Good. Making sure that the hips go back. We don't want to stay upright as we do this. That'll put stress on the knee. You've got to hinge at those hips, keeping that neutral spine. Good. Keep moving through that. Now we can make that more dynamic into a full lunge by stepping right back together, pushing powerfully off, alternating your sides. Start the heat going a little bit more. Hopefully you got some music on, have your water close. Let's get one more on each side. Good. Now we're going to do some squats with pushes and pulls. So squat stance, hip width or so, toes are slightly outward. We're going to sit back in that squat, reach out, up and row and squeeze those shoulder blades. Good. Making sure that we're sitting back into a chair, that the weight doesn't just go to our toes. Excellent. Getting a little bit of heat built up. Give me 3 more. Great. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start jogging in place. Very easy. So nice, easy jog in place. I got a time here. We're going to do something called 3 gears. This is gear number 1, real easy, just barely moving. Gear number 2 is going to be about 50% effort higher, and then gear 3 is going to be full out sprint drive with the arms. Okay, so let's stay in gear 1. Okay, now we're going to go up to 2. About 50% effort, arms are moving a little bit more. Yeah, nice light steps, staying on the balls of your feet. And let's take it up to 3. So he's going to sprint. Good. Knees are high, elbows are driving. Keep those arms bent and just driving those elbows. Pancake hands. Now let's take it down to 1. Real easy, okay? We're going to go through that one more time. Get that heat building. And let's take it up to 2. Great. Number 2. Yep. And then we're going to sprint the last 5 seconds. Let's go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. I think we're pretty much warm here. Grab a towel, turn the music up. We're going to start with our core and stretching circuit. We're going to go 30 seconds with that alternating side plank, whichever you choose, either knees, elbow, or up on hands, okay? What do you think, Jimmy? You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to get down in side plank position. So let's make sure, let's go right sideways with that. He's going to go up onto his hands first. Now, the important alignment here, whether you're on elbows or hands, is shoulder over wrist to protect that shoulder. Okay, so 30 seconds. We are ready. We are set. Let's go for it. Now, he's just going to switch and hold. About a 1 to 2 count. He's going to go back to the front plank, hold for about 1 to 2, and then over to the next. And just flowing through that. Good. And making sure he's doing a great job keeping those hips nice and still, not letting them stick way up in the air. Good. And just holding that plank, making sure we're solid in each position. We got about 5 seconds here. We'll let him finish this other side. And good. All right. Now, we're going to go up into that ankle stretching position or that calf stretch. And let's go ahead and pump those ankles. Good. Now, we get tight in the calves a lot of times. That Achilles area can become very brittle and prone to injury, especially if you're a little bit older. So we want to make sure that we always keep some flexibility in that, okay? Jim needs the flexibility, he's saying. Nice and slow, just enjoying that. Don't push too hard. And we are done. That's set 1. Now, let's roll those shoulders. Get some, yes, a lot of pressure on these shoulders here. Now, let's show them from the knees on this one, okay? Elbows and knees. Do you remember this? Now, the thing about this is his arms are going to be, yes, they're going to be in this position as you see, okay? This is going to allow him to switch and keep his shoulders in a better position. So this would be a regression if you need it. So let's begin and let's go. So he's going to go to his side. And in this position, he's making sure his hips are forward. Good. And then he's just switching, keeping those arms like this, going to the other side. Good. And he's still making sure that he is getting that plank to look great and hold. Don't rush through it. Don't get sloppy. whichever way you want to do, from hands, from knees, from elbows. A couple more seconds here. And that is it. Set 2. We're going to go up on for that calf stretch now. Okay, let's go for it. Stretch it out. Good. Taking your time. Achilles injuries are very common. Again, especially as time goes on. So we want to make sure we give attention to those problem areas that'll keep us injury-free and mobile. And stop. Okay, let's roll those shoulders again. Excellent. Okay, one more. Hands, elbows, whichever you feel. Jim, what's it going to be? He's a hands man. Ready, set, let's go. Last set. Notice how he's not rushing it. He's making every plank quality plank. Because if you ain't going to plank right, it ain't worth doing. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Good. You're about halfway through this last set. Almost there. Good. He's also keeping his head in alignment here. That looks great too. A lot of times when we go side plank and stop. Okay. A lot of times when we get in that side plank, that head will start drooping, bending to the side. So he did a really good job with that. We're up for the last ankle stretch. Let's do it. Last 30 seconds. They don't have to. Jim asked if his heel should touch the ground. That just depends on you, how flexible you are. Now, if I shy away from saying the goal is to touch the ground, because then some people will push it too hard. And as I said, that Achilles area can be pretty tender and injury prone. So you just want to make sure that you feel a mild stretch, okay, or mild discomfort. You don't want to be pushing a stretch so much that you grit up. And remember, as I said earlier, and stop. If we resist that stretch by tension up, the stretch won't take. So good question. Okay. So now we're going to be into our strength circuits. Now our strength circuits, we've got 3 of them. Each one is going to be made up of 3 different exercises. So why don't you go ahead and grab like the red band over there, Jim. The first exercise we're going to do is a band deadlift. Now he's going to start by getting his hands, and he's just going to make sure he grabs there. Then he's going to bring that loop underneath his feet, right into the center of the arches of the feet, not towards the toes too much. Now he's got his back nice and neutral, gripping tight, and he's going to stand up, push those hips just a little bit forward and squeeze the glutes. He's going to reverse by pushing his hips back. Good. And up one more. Good. That is your deadlift. Now, we are only going, I've given you a rep range of 6 to 8. We want to make sure this month that we're pushing the strength curve, okay? So you may be using heavier bands than you normally would. That's okay. We want you, those lower repetitions are going to promote greater strength, and that's what we're focused on for this month. So deadlift first. Now, the next thing is going to be your band reverse lunge. Couple of ways you can do this. You can do the front version, like Jim is going to take it. He's got a front foot under it. He's got this up over his shoulders. He's kind of hooking his fingers to pull it away from his throat, and he's stepping back into a lunge, dropping that knee, and then pulling with that front foot forward. And what we do with that pulling motion is I want you to focus on that hamstring and glute. So really pulling through, and hit, this case, the left heel to a standing position, glute squeeze. Now, in addition, there's an over-the-shoulder method. We can show you that you can do. Some people find this more comfortable. But again, 6 to 8 repetitions, use a challenging weight on this. Great, and that's your reverse lunge. The last part of this one, this is going to be a side-lying diagonal reach. This is going to be a stretch for the chest. Now, if you have something like a foam roller, you can use it. Or a pillow. You may not even need anything, but he's essentially hooking one knee over. He's going to take this bottom hand, hold that knee. That knee is high. And he's going to take this other hand right there. He's going to inhale as he raises that arm up over his head. His head and his eyes are going to follow that. So his neck's going to turn. Then he's back here. He's going to take a big breath in as he opens up. He's exhaling and releasing towards the ground. Now, on that, we're going to do 6 on each side. We're going to do that for 8 minutes. You guys are going to work at your own pace, so you may want to stick with Jim for this first one. And then as the time goes on, your rest and work is going to be different than Jim's. Just keep going. I'll keep track of the time for you. All right, so we're going to begin with that deadlift. We'll vary it. Okay. So deadlift, notice that neutral spine he's got right here. He's got it hooked underneath his feet. We are going to go for 8 minutes. We are ready. We are set. And let's go. Now, you can go at your own pace, as I said. Just notice that Jim is being very purposeful with this. He's keeping his form real strict. Again, between 6 or 8, I want him to be challenging. Jim's using a black band. Something tells me 8's probably going to be just fine for him. There are bands that are heavier than black. We'll show you those as we go on. Good. He's really got a good grip here. He's keeping his shoulders active, meaning retracted. A deadlift is a great full body exercise. How many you got there?
7.
That's 7, so he's going to do 1 more. Excellent. Now, Jim's going to move on to that reverse lunge. Again, 6 to 8 repetitions on each side. He's going to go the front version, I think. Now, go ahead and let's show him that reverse lunge. He's got it really up high. He's going to keep those elbows up high. He's going to step back, drop his knee towards the ground, and then pull forward, squeezing that glute. Yeah, really focusing on that front heel, kind of pulling through that. Good. There's 3, right? That's 4.
I don't have that many turns.
5, notice his posture. Good vertical posture with his torso, not leaning forward too much. Great. Excellent. Now he's going to switch sides. So we got both sides to do. Front position he's electing for. Okay, and he's lunging it out. Great. Now, obviously, you could go with no band if you needed to. If you got a sore knee, you could even go hand on something for support as well, next to a wall or a cabinet or something. If you need to do more repetitions because you don't have enough resistance right now, that's fine as well. Just keep working for the 8 minutes. So let's say you take it up to 10 repetitions. That's okay. Get some heavier bands. Now we're going to go sideline diagonal reach. Active recovery here, working on mobility of the spine, of the chest, even a little bit of the neck. Big inhale as he twists up. Then exhaling and letting his arms sink closer to the ground. And he's going to get 6 on each side. Great. This is one of those real trouble areas, that upper back, that mid back for posture. We want to always work on those things. Good. Knee is higher than the hip and stays on that roller or pillow, or if you're flexible enough, it can just be on the floor. Good.
6.
Okay, now he's switching sides.
That's the hard part.
I usually just turn over. Everything's more complicated with Jim.
He's older.
Now, you might find that your head, you need to put it up on a pillow or something. That's quite all right, too. A lot of people's necks don't have the flexibility, and that's all right. Prop something up under it. As I said, we don't want to resist that stretch by holding a lot of tension in our jaws or neck.
Should your arms always come out at a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, you want to make sure that it's a diagonal pattern. So he's going from knee and then up high here. Good. There we go. Now he's going right back up to deadlift. If he needs to make an adjustment for weight, he sure can. Gonna go to red. Good. Looping it around the wrists. You change where you need to, locking that in, that posture in, chest up, driving through those heels. Good. Get your 8. Great. If you need heavier than black, purple is the band for you. Just to reiterate, the band levels go orange, yellow, red, black, purple, then they even go green, way up there. Good. All right, deadlift now. He's doing his lunge. He's staying with the red. He's going to go over the shoulder. This is usually a quicker way to get in. Some people like it. Here he goes. He's going for his 8. So that foot stays forward. He's stepping back with his other. There we go. Now, a lot of times with this over-the-shoulder method, it's just a little bit less awkward than getting it up here. It does change the tension a little bit, but that's okay. Still keeping his posture up. Good. Come on. And then the switch. You can do it that. Oh, that's interesting. That was a different way of switching. Okay. It was quick. Don't know that it worked so great, but good. He's going to get his 8 here. Good. We've got about a minute and a half left. So it looks like we're going to get through another one of the stretches at the end. And that'll probably be about it for this first round. So, sideline, diagonal reach. Hook that knee up over. And again, this is what I mean about knee higher than hip. Hip is here. His knee is pulled up pretty high. Good. He's sweeping over here. He's going to inhale as he opens up. Exhale, lets himself sink down.
My hand doesn't go all the way down.
You may not reach all the way to the ground, or you may find that one side is different than the other. Heck, I've got one side that's way different than the other. That's why we work on it. About the last 40 seconds here, so wherever you're at, finish it up. Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, that was much better this time. He learned to switch sides much better there. Great. Wherever you're at, this will probably be your last set here. We've got about 15 seconds. He's going to go ahead and make sure he finishes whatever exercise he's on, whatever set. You do the same. Good. So just finish up what set you're on. 6 right on the nose. Perfect time. All right. So that's our first circuit. Now we've got another one. Same deal. 3 exercises, 8 minutes to work on. Now what we're going to show you is the way you can use a band attached to something to really vary things up. So right now we've got a black band looped around this pole here. Jim's going to do a band attached split squat facing the attachment. So all he's literally going to do is put that he's standing right in it, wrapping it around his waist. He's going to back up just a little bit. Now this is a split squat, so he's going to leave one foot forward, bring one foot back, and just hold that position.
It's pulling me forward.
It's going to pull you forward. So he's going to it's a split squat, so we just stay in that split stance. So let's show him that. And he's just going to go up and down. Now this band pulls him forward. Now, as those reverse lunges, we are focusing more back here. With this pulling him forward, it's really focusing on the thigh muscle, okay? So we're going to do 6 to 8 on each side of that. Great. The next thing he's going to do is a single leg elevated hip bridge with the shoulders up. Now, we've got this neat little pad here that allows him to elevate his shoulders. You could use a bench or a stool or something like that. Even a couch works great for this. Now, he can hold his one leg up like this. He's going to drive up through the heel, letting his bum come all the way to the ground. Excellent. And he is going to go, again, 6 or 8 on a side. Now, if you don't have something to elevate up, you can keep your head and shoulders on the floor and just single leg hip bridge it. And that will work great too. Now, the last thing, you're going to be back on the ground for the bridge and reach. So, on his back, bridge position. Now, this is kind of a tricky one. He's going to press up. And then as he's up, he's going to rotate this hand. He's going to reach over this way, rolling up on the shoulder here as much as he can. Then he's back down, butt goes down. Then he's bridging up and reaching the other way. Again, rolling up onto the shoulder as much as he can and then down. That's your bridge and reach. And we're just going to do about 8 of those total, okay? That is your second set, all right? So we're going to get up. We're going to begin with that band attached split squat. If you don't have anything to attach to, it's just split squat for you. Again, front loaded or over the shoulder. So he's looped up here and ready. We got 8 minutes, 6 to 8 reps aside. Ready? Let's go. Yeah, having a place to attach your bands does open up a lot of possibilities. You can target things, you get variety.
I really feel this in my quads.
Yep, as Jim says, he really feels it in his thigh. That's the purpose. It's pulling you forward, so you have to resist that by keeping that weight back, and that's a lot of that thigh, the quads, really working to prevent that forward movement. Excellent. And the bridge. Turn you this way for your bridge. No, get your other side. I'm going to just turn you this way when you do it. Yep, so he's doing both sides here. There you go. And again, that same upright torso as we do in all of our lunging, except for that lateral lunging that you got to be over for. But here he's doing a great job. He says he really likes this one. I hope you guys do too. Great. Now he is going into his elevated hip bridge. We turn this to the side so you can see a little bit more. Again, a couch can work for this or just on the floor, okay? This is going to really target the glutes. So you think that we kind of hit the thigh with that split squat. Here we're really going glutes and making sure to push up all the way. Great. He's using his hands to hold in that knee, so he's actually getting a little stretch on one side as well. And he's going to go for, again, between 6 and 8 of these. Drive it all the way up. Good. Very good. Good. Glute, glute. And the good news is he's going to be in the position he needs to because he's going to do bridge and reach next. Okay. There you go. And now he's got bridge and reach. So he's bridging up and then just reaching across, not letting, we don't want his legs to flop over to the side like that. Yeah. We want to keep stable through that lower body while we're twisting through the upper body. So this is a little thoracic mobility. Yeah, his head and eyes are going to turn with that hand. Bridge, reach. Yeah, and depending on your flexibility, it's going to be different. You're going to do about 8 of these, 8 to 10 total, so 4 to 5 on a side. Again, we're giving you that little range so you can customize it a little bit more for you depending on the equipment you have. Roll up on that shoulder. Good.
Exhale up.
I would exhale as you push up and then down if we want to start tying breath into that. Good. How many you got there?
I think that's 9.
Okay, one more for his 10. Then he's going to get right back up and go to that attached split squat. There's a lot of ways to use these attached bands. You can link bands together to really get some possibilities with tension. This is a very simple way. You can use a door attachment, again, or tied off to something. I don't know, what do you got in your house that you can tie a band to? They make door attachments, anything. This is just a handicap rail for a bathroom that we've just mounted vertically. I've helped some other people set up gyms in their homes, and they use these too. Good. He's getting his 6 or 8 on a side. Good. He's ready to switch. Still feeling good with that one?
Still like it.
Yep. Yeah.
Must be wrong.
It's very, very thigh intensive. Good. And we just got under 4 minutes, so just halfway through this now. Excellent. All right. He's going to do his hip bridge, shoulder elevated style. So single leg bridges. Yes. He was cheating and going to do double leg.
Double leg's a lot easier.
Double leg is a lot easier. Hence, that's why we're doing single. Could you do double? Of course you could. If you need to do double legs at a time, that's great. Anytime, if you're able to find a place to elevate your shoulders, like I said, on that chair, that couch, then that is a much more difficult challenge. So you may have to go 2 legs. That's okay.
Should you ever put weight on your waist?
Jim just asked if you could add weight. You could. Now, bands would be hard, but yes, a sandbag would work really great. You could use that as well. You could even put a small dumbbell there. That may not be that comfortable. But in general, if you want to take up this whole single leg shoulder elevated hip bridge thing, just add repetitions. If you're finding 8 is too easy, go for 10. Okay, so now he's doing his bridge and reach. 2.5 minutes left. So he's bridging up and he's rolling over on that shoulder. There he goes. He's getting even more movement now. I think you're getting more flexible yes. And he really is. I'm seeing a big difference now. Some of that's just getting used to the exercise, and he's getting warmed up. So he's getting that movement through the upper spine. He's keeping those hips real stable. It's very important that we can stabilize hips, pelvic area, and then move the thoracic or that mid to upper spine. Very good. Good. Reaching up. Excellent. We've got about 1.5 minutes left. Looks like Jim's going to get another set of split squats.
Oh, joy.
Yep. Obviously, you can rest as you need to. Jim's going to get in here and do another split squat. Now, we've got about 1:20 left. I'll call out the end. You got to finish whatever set you're on. So if you're doing your split squats, you can't just do one side. You got to do both of them or you'll walk in a circle. Linking 2 bands together is a great way to up your intensity or to give you more variability. Final minute. Excellent. Uh-oh, has Jim got time for another? Okay, he's going for another shoulder elevated hip bridge, single leg style. So we got about 30 seconds. Again, finish where you're at. Pushing all the way up, really thinking, squeeze the butt. Get the buns going.
Ball, like in between your leg and your waist.
Yes, if you could put a ball between there, you could. You could do that. Might give you a little release on that hip flexor on that side, but not necessary. Excellent. Final 15 seconds or so. Finish where you're at because we got one more set coming up, one more circuit. There's time. Go ahead and finish where you're at. Jim finished it just perfect. So get some water. We got one more circuit coming up. And this circuit, same deal. 8 minutes, 3 exercises, okay? Now, we're going to have a squat, a pull apart, and a monster walk. So, Jim, go ahead and let's show him a band squat. So he's going to start with this under both feet, and his feet are going to be in the squat stance, so about hip width apart. He's throwing it up over his shoulders. He's keeping those arms crossed, elbows high. That way you can use those fingers to pull that band away from your throat. He's going to sit back into his squat, driving through the heels and up. That is his squat. Excellent. Then after that, we've got a pull apart. We're going to go underhand grip with the pull aparts. If you need to change your bands, you certainly do.
Can I use the same band but just use
Yep. Good question here. He asked if you could use the same band and just use one strand. You sure can. That's another way to vary up that tension. So he's going to pull, squeeze those shoulder blades, and that's going to be his pull apart. And I'm back. Last thing we've got is some monster walks, okay? So which band do you want, Jim? Take a black.
I'm going to take a black because you said to make it hard.
Yes. So what he's doing, he's going to put this either around ankles or knees. There's a lot of talk about, what we should do as far as placement of the band. A lot of people feel the exercise more around the ankles. So he's going to start with toes forward. He's going to bring those legs in and out. He's staying low, so his knees are bent. And he's going to take about 6 steps forward and 6 back, always keeping low, toes forward. Now, you can do it above knees. That's a little bit safer on the back. If you have back issues, you may feel this there. If that's the case, then I want you to bring that band up to the knees, over the knees, okay? All right, is that going to work for you? Okay, so we're going to get started on our last circuit here, and it is going to be beginning with our front squat. Jim's going purple, big purple, so this is quite a different tension, okay? Purple's up from black. So he's got it up and ready. Hopefully you guys do too. We are ready, set, and go. Now, we're not rushing through. Remember, this is strength training. We want 6 to 8 squats. Band tension is a little bit different for squatting and for some leg exercises because the band is long. You don't get tension through the full range of motion, or it increases as he gets up higher. So you got to find what works for you. How many you got?
8.
There's his 8. Good. Pull aparts are going to be next. Now we're going to go underhand grip with these pull aparts. Postures up. And he's pulling. Excellent. Making sure not to hunch those shoulders up. And he's squeezing these blades together without the dreaded chicken necking, meaning when you pull, we don't want the head to thrust forward, a la chicken necking. Great. He's just starting to sweat, folks. That's good during strength training. All right, so monster walks.
This is the hard part.
The hard part's getting into it, he says. Okay, so knees always stay bent. We're low. Toes are always forward. And he's stepping in and out. And I really want that band to stretch, okay? Excellent.
Does it matter how fast you walk?
He asked if it matters how fast you walk. I'd like you to go slow, just because I really want you to focus on feeling those muscles working. We're also working not to drag our feet on the ground. I want your muscles controlling it, not friction by scraping it across the ground. But that's going to make a big that makes a big difference. Excellent. All right. Now, he's going through his second circuit. You can go at your own pace. Drink water, take a break. Remember, I want good quality movements over just getting a lot of sets in. Because it takes a little bit of practice, especially if you're using heavier bands, just to be able to manipulate them. Obviously, you could be using a goblet squat with a dumbbell if you had it, or kettlebell at home. Excellent. We've got about 5.5 minutes left. Weights in the heels, sitting back. Pay attention to how your knees are tracking. Excellent. Now he's going back to pull apart. So even though we're focused on the lower body in this workout, we're going to put some upper body in there, especially in the areas that we really need it. Again, for posture and health, this upper back, posterior shoulders, we want to hit that a lot. Good, he's doing a great job, not jutting that head forward or shrugging. Good, he's getting his, I actually have 10 repetitions for this, so 10. Good.
If you can get 12, should you just go up bands?
Another good question. He said, what happens if 10 is too easy? In other words, if I can get more repetitions. Yeah, just go up and band. As long as you can keep your form spot on again. Again, if he was to move up to black and it started getting sloppy, I'd rather have him do the red and just focus on it. He could add a couple repetitions if he really needed to. No foot dragging. Good. Keeping the knees bent. 6 steps forward, 6 steps back. Just accumulate about your 12 steps. This is a 12-step program of monster walks.
Good for Halloween.
Oh yeah, monster walks. We are in October, so very good. All right. Now, squatting.
Squatting.
He's squatting. Excellent. You needed a leg workout.
I need a leg workout.
So here we go. He's doing a great job with his knees aligning with his toes. A lot of times people's knees will fall inward. That's danger on knees. Excellent. Doing a great job with this one. Still have 3.5 minutes to work. Great. All right. Pull apart. Again, you could up the ante by grabbing both of those strands. Again, you got to find which tension works for you. As long as you can keep that form, tighten that core while you're standing up, support. Got just under 3 minutes. This circuit's obviously moving quicker because we're doing bilateral moves. In other words, working both sides of the body at once. So a squat, working both sides rather than dividing it up between left and right like in split squats. Good. Jim's flying through this. Rest as you need to. Don't fall over with your monster walks. Okay, here we go. He's going to take 6 steps one way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big stretch. 5, 6. Good. 1, 2. Good. This is outer hip.
I'm feeling it.
Nice job. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. He's not resting. You guys do what you need to do. He's flying right through this. So this is getting a lot of sets of squats. So the intensity on this last circuit's going to be higher, and that's good. Doing a good job keeping his feet flat on the ground, not going up onto the toes. Keeping those elbows up high. Yes, not allowing his torso to fold over. It's like he's sitting back in a chair. So his hips are going back first. Nice job. Great. All right. Last minute and a half. I think you're getting like 4 or 5 sets of this last one. He's cooking, folks. Pump up those the volumes of those jams if you need to. We're coming into the home stretch. Final minute coming up. Beautiful. I don't know if you can hear him breathing hard, but I'm hearing him breathe hard. So I think you probably are too by this moment. Under 1 minute left. Okay. He's going to get another set. Sometimes having a stool handy to sit on to change into monster walks is helpful. I get it. Stretching that band. Great. Keeping toes straight ahead. Nice. Ooh. All right. We got about 20 seconds left. Jim's going to go for broke here. He's going to get his last set of squat in. Never to be deterred. Here he goes. Okay, let's make it a good set. We've got the final 10 seconds coming. If you've started a set, you got to finish it. And 5, 4, 2, and 1. He's going to finish up those reps. Time is up. Finish your set. Jim's done. Hope you're done too. There you go. That is our Get Strong at Home Phase 10A Lower Body Bomb. See you next time.